Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about the internal analysis and the internal factor evaluation. So the question is, what is an IFE matrix? Well, an IFE matrix is the internal factor evaluation matrix. It is a strategic management tool for auditing or evaluating major strengths and weaknesses in functional areas of a business. The IFE matrix also provides a basis for identifying and evaluating relationships among those areas. The ratings in the internal matrix refers to how strong or weak each factor is in a firm. The ratings in the internal matrix refer to how strong or weak each factor is in a firm. The numbers range from 4 to 1, where 4 means a major strength, 3 a minor strength, 2 a minor weakness, and 1 a major weakness. Strengths can only receive ratings 3 and 4, weaknesses with 2 and 1, and the process of assigning ratings in the IFE matrix can be done easier using benchmarking tools. Now we'll be talking about the internal factor evaluation. The factors are split up into strengths and weaknesses. We'll begin with the strengths, starting with their leases, which are ending, allowing them to shut down the stores that they don't need. That rating was given a 4, with a weight of a 0.02, a final score of a 0.08, which the reason is the company's ability to close stores when their leases are up is a smart way for the company to manage their brick and mortar stores. Because if a store is not performing well, it is easier for them to just close the store and send the products elsewhere while not renewing their lease. The next strength is positive social impact on customers, associates, and the communities they serve. That rating is a 3 with a weight of a 0.05 and a final score of a 0.15. It is true that, especially in today's culture, the social impact of a company is considered important. However, this factor only plays a minor part in the company's success as a whole. This is a factor that should be considered when looking at the positives and negatives of Bed Bath & Beyond situation. But this factor is not enough to determine major success or failure. Next, we'll be talking about the similarities in ratios over the years, which leads to transparency in the company. The rating is a 3 with a weight of a 0.13 and a final score of a 0.39. With little change in financial ratios over 3 years, this can mean employees and management are sure of what's to come next. Stability in a constantly changing retail environment can never be a bad thing. The next factor is that the book value is still strong, with any growth in liabilities corresponding with a similar growth in assets. That rating is a 4 with a weight of a 0.15 and a final score of a 0.60. It is important that the company keeps a strong book value because it will entice investors and they will be able to operate more efficiently as well be in a better financial position. Next is the good returns on capital expenditures as well as a strong brand portfolio. Their rating is a 4, a weight of a 0.15 and a final score of a 0.60. The good returns by a company on their capital expenditure provides to investors and lenders that the company is consistently able to find success from new projects. Good returns and a strong portfolio maintains Bed Bath & Beyond's strong reputation with investors and creditors, which build trust that Bed Bath & Beyond will continue to gain returns. This is important, especially at a time like this for Bed Bath & Beyond, where they need to take on new projects and changes to keep up with the changing industry. The last strength we'll be talking about is the strong supply chain. That rating is given a 4 with a weight of a 0.20, leading it to be a final score of a 0.80. This factor we found was to be the most important factor due to the fact that without these strong supply chains, the company will not be able to keep their sale price low for customers as well as be able to negotiate prices with suppliers since they are able to get the same product elsewhere. A section of the annual report that touches on suppliers include a paragraph that reads, the company purchases substantially all of its merchandise in the United States, the majority from domestic sources and the balance from importers. The company purchases a small amount of its merchandise directly from overseas. The company has no long-term contracts for the purchases of merchandise. The company believes that most merchandise other than brand name goods is available from a variety of sources and that most brand name goods can be replaced with comparable merchandise. Many retailers in this industry import their merchandise from manufacturing locations in China and other foreign locations. Over the past few years, we have seen how quickly and how severely a business can suffer significant losses as a result of changes in tariffs and trade laws, political tension between countries, and now a global health pandemic. With the majority of their suppliers located within the US, Bed Bath & Beyond most likely faces less potential threats towards their business operations. Also, operating with no long-term contract gives the company the ability to make quicker changes in response to an unforeseen issue impacting their supply chain. Now we'll be talking about their weaknesses. They are not able to tackle new entrants. That rating is given a 2 with a weight of 0.10 and a final score of a 0.20. With the ever expanding list of new entrants and the fact that it is easy for new companies to start these days due to e-commerce, Bed Bath & Beyond needs to find a way to not only stay superior to these new companies, but also make it harder so that consumers will rather shop with them instead of a new company. Shrinking target market is given a rating of a 2 with a weight of a 0.05 and a final score of 0.10. That is, a rise in competition and a rise in reliability of e-commerce has led to Bed Bath & Beyond target market shrinking, given that Bed Bath & Beyond's e-commerce presence has not been executed correctly or quickly enough. The next weakness is the lack of e-commerce with the website. That rating is given a 2 with a weight of 0.04 and a final score of 0.08. With the convenience of shopping online in today's world, it is important to have a strong online presence and an easy to use website as well as consumers wanting to use it. Since the turn of Amazon, e-commerce has turned into the majority of where companies reach their audience, giving a friendly user website to allow customers to access all parts of the website with ease. It makes shopping online easier than going to the store and hunting down retail associates to help with their shopping. Bed Bath & Beyond has a website but doesn't stand out as much compared to the competition. They need to update their website, allowing customers to shop easier in order to spend more every time they open up the website. The next weakness is the lack of leadership. That rating was given a 1, the weight of a 0.06, and a final score of a 0.06. The lack of leadership within this company is a serious threat to their success. With Bed Bath & Beyond being such a large corporation with stores all over the US, it is important that their leaders are all on the same page and able to make sure that the company is able to reach their goals. The company lacks leadership through their board members. They needed to appoint 9 new board members in order to reorganize the entire organization. Only time will tell if they will make a change for the company with their strategy to survive this crisis. The last weakness we'll be talking about is the growth of the company is dependent on the company's ability to execute. That factor is given a rating of a 1 with a weight of a 0.05 and a final score of a 0.05. The company's ability to grow their variety of merchandise to deliver to their customer affects their growth in the industry. Having to compete with their competition, they need to expand their variety of items to maintain customer loyalty.